Strange and the spooky, adventurous and loony, they're all together ooky, the Bud family. Their trips are amazing when people come to see 'em. They really are amazing, the Bud family. History, ghost, art. So put on a witch's shawl on, a seat so you can relax on. We're gonna play a call on the Bud family. Okay, it's Monday, and we're getting close to the end of the month. So for those of you who are watching this section of the video, I'm announcing that we're doing a thing in November. I don't know if it is termed a challenge, or a collaboration, or maybe just my own little thing. But I'd love for all of you to join. What is it? You're going to have to wait and see. Details will come. Oh, that sounds like scary. Anyway, today I've selected a superhero race in honor of Halloween and dressing up. Ready? Here we go. Shout out time. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, so I support you. This shout out is for our friends. Let's see who it is today. And I forgot to set it again because I'm a genius. Okay, here we go. I see Buddha. I see Journey. I see Kenny and Debbie. I see Spirit. Oh, and I need to reset that. Hang on. Okay. There we go. Alright, I see Buddha, I see Kenny and Debbie. There's Dave Camping. There's Logan, so I need to take out. Really Haunted, Heather. Grumpy, Random. And White Queen, my Linda. Reef, Bluegrass, AAP, Heather, NY Queen, A-Space. Really Haunted's currently in the lead. There's Bluegrass, Hillbilly, Sweet Peaches. Really Haunted's currently in the lead. That's people coming from the back though. There's Jerome. There's Hiking Ontario. There's Pete. It looks like it's going to be Naomi. Alright, Naomi's Ventures loves to explore new trails, hike and run. Also love exploring abandoned, haunted, and interesting places. So she goes lots of different kinds of places. Here's a scarecrow, some ghosts, some creepy overgrown path, creepy trailer, neat cemetery, trails, bridges. So check her out. Like, share, comment. Have a good day. Okay, video number 1 is one of our signs. This was a short, which I have to redo because I messed it up. It basically is Joe being weird. This is what happens when you ask the bearded historian to do a 1-minute clip, and it turns into like a 3-minute sketch because he's just that way. Enjoy. Alright, so we are in the most rural place in the world. The edge of Montana and South Dakota. There's South Dakota on the green sign. There's Montana on this very rural
Carter County.
Carter County. Welcome to entering Montana sign. One of the only ones we've seen so far that has wood. And of course we're going to do a thing because we like doing things.
Entering public lands, tread lightly. Wow, that is like Michigan proud.
Where do we want to put it? We want to put it on the metal. We want to put it on the wood. We could put it in the
I'm thinking to put it on the Carter County over here.
Okay.
Now, interesting tidbit, because, you know, I'm the sort of ones that does this. If you go that way and that way.
Hang on, stop. Hang on.
Yep. The thing is, a lot of people don't realize is that South Dakota kind of became a donut because the gold rush days started in Montana, and that's why they started using steamboats going up the Missouri River, bypassing South Dakota. You know, this place wasn't much even looked at as far as mining until later. But once it started to fill in, and well, somebody named Custer made a hike into the wrong direction, you know, Montana had a lot more settling going on than we did. So, on we go. Well, here we are on the South Dakota-Montana border. Now, South Dakota's border, they marked it with big ruby quartz markers every 15 miles. Obviously, we're not at one of the 15-mile points, but here's Carter County. On this side is Montana. Over there is where South Dakota starts. So this little, we're in the middle of nowhere.
This space belongs to nobody.
Officially, we are going to stamp this sign out in the middle of nowhere because this is part of our tradition. And as you can tell, this is a very well-paved road.
It's not bad as some.
Oh yeah. But we're going to put our blessing on this sign that not many people have been to. We're going to put it right in the middle of the O.
Works for me.
The bud piles have been here.
And there we are.
Bud!
So now if anybody comes down this road, they'll see us, maybe.
You have another visitor here from Michigan.
Yep, I saw that one.
Don't see any on the backside. Or Indian Creek. I was going to say if there was a geocache here, but I don't think so.
I can check my other one. If not, we can always put one here.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. I don't remember seeing one on this road, but I'll double check the map when we get inside. All right, in video 2, we have Joe reading a sign in Nebraska about the Great River, which we saw while we were in Nebraska checking out the Fireman Museum and the Arch, which you guys have already seen. Mr. Bud.
The Great Platte River Road. The trail which followed the south side of the Platte River was the main route to Oregon and California for traders going to the Rocky Mountains. Took the first wagons to open the trail in 1830. Oregon-bound missionaries followed in the mid-1830s, and the first group of settlers embarked for Oregon in 1841. The number of immigrants reached 40,000 in 1849 after gold was discovered in California. Most immigrants traveled in ox-drawn wagons, averaging about 15 miles a day. In the 1850s and 1860s, freight wagons and stagecoaches carrying passengers and mail used the road from April of 1860 until October of 1861. The Pony Express carried mail from St. Joseph, Missouri to Sacramento, California. Now, Fort Kearny, which is about 4 miles up there, east of here, provided protection supplies for travelers. Supplies could also be purchased from the nearby Nogby town, which is now Kearny. One of the many ranches along the Oregon-California Trail was located just southeast of this marker. Wagon travel on this overland route declined following the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869. Now, interesting here, for the goose, Nebraska flyway etiquette, approaching cranes or waterfowl will only cause them to fly away. Avoid loud noises or flashing lights around the cranes as it is illegal and disrupts the birds. Do not stop on highways, driveways, or other private farm roads to watch wildlife.
What?
Respect private property. Do not trespass. Most land in the Platte River Valley is private. Use your vehicle as a viewing blind to avoid disturbing birds. And they actually have a QT code for the Nebraska flyway. It's kind of wild. And interestingly enough, behind it is a sign that says, keep out private property. Yeah.
No.
Of course, you look at all the corn they've got growing out here, and Stephen King comes to mind, Children of the Corn, because it is Nebraska.
No.
It's kind of interesting. So this is another part of the Oregon Trail, basically.
Pretty much.
We found a second leg of it. So, on we go.
Okay, this third one is Englewood. We were looking for a roundhouse. We did not find it this time, or in this video, but we think we may have found it. We will try again to locate in the future. That's kind of like a geocache where abandoned places, but you know, not as easy to find as geocaches. Not that they're all easy, but anyway, back to the video. I was just curious, and it finally came up. All right, Mr. Bud, what are you going to tell us? Oh, there's a thingy over there. What is that thingy over there? That square.
I think that was originally their cistern.
Ah.
That they had for the boat station. They'd use that also to pump water for horses. This originally
Seems like a smaller cistern that we've seen.
Yeah, underground, probably a bit bigger. But this originally was a place called 10 Mile. And it was basically a stop along the Cheyenne-Deadwood stage. We've seen a few of those different stage locations along the way, going all the way down by Ardmore. Now, again, 10 Mile was a nod to every 10 miles along the route. There was a stop where horses could be changed, riders could rest. Down that way, you have Rochford, and up that way, a little bit further, you had Lead. Now, when the railroad came through, this was a major hub for several railroads. You had the Burlington Northern, or Chicago Burlington Quincy, the Black Hills Fort Pierre Railroad, and then the Spearfish Line all met here. So basically, if you wanted to go anywhere in the hills, odds are good, you were stopping through here. Now, Spearfish Line was popular for passengers who wanted to see Spearfish Canyon. Now, at one time, it had a section house, a roundhouse, a depot, engine house, water tank, a schoolhouse, a dance hall, post office, saloon, and a boarding house all at once. A few box cars served as living quarters for some of the railroad workers. A brick factory was located just outside of Englewood on the way up to Spearfish. Black Hills Power and Light was the railroad's main customer, hauling coal in from Wyoming. Now, the Black Hills Power and Light, they also supplied coal to the Kirk Power Plant, which we've seen in earlier videos, up to the north of us, just south of Lead.
It was one of our sideways videos.
Mm-hmm. And interestingly enough, this portion of the line closed back in 1983. And for the most part, there are people that still live up here, but mostly it's summer folks. But this little gravel stretch out here, that was actually where the railroad went through. And you can see where it ventures through that gate and off to the south. And then this trail also goes off to the north. And this is part of the Mickelson Trail, which is kind of nice because they have all these trailheads at various intersections. So if you wanted to, make a day of it, bike for about 5 miles, 6 miles, depending on how much energy you feel. But some of the pictures are kind of cool. They show what the stagecoaches look like. The big old round foundation, which I'm hoping to see today sometime. But over here, you can see the foundations of what used to be the train station. And of course, if you were going to, have some water yourself, this is the other cistern that they used. They would have a vehicle come by, crank open the hatch, and then you just pump as you wanted to get your water out of it. But this here was the train station. And I mean, everything and anything came through town came through here. Whether it was food, supplies, ties. The train would stop right here. They'd unload it into the bay and then, serve purposes, build buildings, food, supplies and foodstuffs for miners. It was a very busy time back in the day. Of course, you see how much concrete and cement was used to build this structure. Can you imagine what it was like when it was fully functional? And, well, I can imagine there were no trees in the middle of it, but you figure that's a good, 3 feet deep?
At least 3 feet.
Yeah.
Although the station, I have to wonder what each of the pillars were for.
I'm thinking stress for the floors, maybe?
Maybe.
Keep it propped up. Kind of like how you see they do with ties nowadays, or beams.
What's this building over here? Do you know?
That small square one, that's the modern bathroom that they have.
Is this a railroad? Oh, tiny
cars.
butterfly! Can you guys see the tiny butterfly?
Tiny butterfly. Flappy flap.
Butterfly noises! Anyway,
But yeah, tourists nowadays, you know, I'm trying to remember the numbers that they were giving last year. It was like between 1.2 to 2 million tourists will go up and down this stretch. Down here, they've got a map that actually shows.
See if I can get down there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this way.
Gingerly and gently.
Do 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 do. Yeah, definitely.
It also makes me wonder if this was one of the original buildings that the cement plant helped construct.
I would assume that they would have to with as much cement as there is.
But here's the trails that we were talking about for the Mickelson Trail. Waspy?
No, but I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Just because one of them looked bigger than the others.
Understandable. Let's see, right here is where we're at, the Englewood Trailhead. And Deadwood and Lead are up here. The Kirk Trailhead's where the power plant was. And Sugarloaf Trailhead, we're going to... We do not like bees or wasps or whatever they are.
You pain in the ass.
Yeah. I think we had enough fun for the video, so as evidenced by the fact that things sting and we don't like them being around us. We'll cut this a little short, but add some more when we get some more information. Joe for the Bearded Files, Blood Files, the Bearded one.
The Bearded Files, huh?
The Bearded Files, yes. We just cut the whole buds off, you know.
And we're going to start a new segment. We're going to make JoJo's own channel. It'll be
Exactly.
the Bearded channel.
The Bearded Bud, yeah. Or Buds and Beers, although I don't drink. Maybe
or smoke.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, maybe I can get a sponsorship from A&W. Let's get inside before something eats you alive.
All right, fourth place is a building which Joe believes is a school. We stopped by and peeked inside. Weren't able to go very far inside because it looks like somebody's using it for storage or maybe just throwing things inside of it. Don't forget, we'll be doing something in November. Please join us. Look forward to that challenge. Have a good day. Okay. Do you know what school this is?
It's not the Sorum School because we saw that back there.
No?
No, I'm not positive. Maybe they got a nameplate or something.
Well, we can hope.
Is that proper season anyway?
Grasshoppers! Also, we're in the middle of Timbuktu. Yeah. We're in what Joe affectionately calls the Toolies. Yes, because there's very big danger of somebody stealing the car.
Exactly. Looks like a little White House or a little windmill.
I think it used to be a windmill. There we go. That's better. Oh, a couple holes there. I did the wrong way. Oh, jeez. Scared the hell out of me.
Looks like somebody's using it for storage and maintenance. There's no ceiling panels left. There's cans of bolts and stuff like that on shelves. The blackboards are still up. But yeah, it's...
I get a couple pictures.
Yeah.
Pause this.